Hey guys, welcome to Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds. I'm Nerdarchus Ryan, and I'm joined by
Nerdarch Steve.
Nerdarchus Ted.
And today we get into Dungeons & Dragons Top Chef Edition.
Jump down to the description below where you can find Nerdarchy, the newsletter. Learn how to game with Nerdarchy as well as weekly tips.
So we got a viewer suggestion from Jackson, and he wants to make a character that's really chef-driven, cooking-driven. So he's got a couple questions. Number one, the cooking skill. Is it wisdom, intelligence, charisma-driven? And how does he make a character that uses cooking as his magic? Would it be a bard, cleric, wizard? Does he have a recipe book? So
I
he wants
think
our opinion.
I think either cleric, like the knowledge cleric, maybe, or bard seem both really good solutions to this.
I like the idea of the bard, like
College of Lore, but a little different.
could be College of Lore, could be College of Valor too. I think I could see either way kind of working, but basically he's like a hibachi chef.
Yeah.
So
His performance is like he's gonna make some food that they're gonna have after the fight. He's like prepping it, and like So that
by prepping it, you mean slaying the monster? Or what?
Like that's how he's casting the spells of like him doing tricks or whatever. Yeah, he could be doing like cutlerly tricks as like the performance, but that is an interesting discussion of like when you do, because it's a toolkit, obviously.
Right.
But what check is that going to be? Is that intelligence or wisdom?
I would probably go with intelligence.
I would as well.
Yeah, your knowledge.
Unless you're entertaining with it, then charisma for the entertainment.
Charisma is the performance part.
Yeah. So what about though? The blade was introduced a while back as a bardic college as well, in one of the Unearthed Arcana. Like,
so it's you doing stuff with knives and like cleavers and stuff.
Yeah, like you're flipping them in the air.
So you're doing the real, sushi prepping and all those fancy.
Yes.
That stuff.
Also, the gourmand feat was introduced in our Arcana, which is an excellent feat for this as well. And I also feel like there's different ways you could go, right? So, like the hibachi chef type performer is one of them. But what about like the ranger character? Because he's like always going off, like exploring and looking for new things to cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, and whether it's new herbs and spices and fruits and vegetables, or slaying exotic creatures to bring to the dinner table.
I mean, that's interesting. And also too, the bard with their their jack of all trades and like just having so many skills, also pretty good.
You could totally along the line of bard, his song of rest. It could literally. Forget this. Eat this meal. I'm not singing nonsense. Meal. Eat this meal. Oh man, how many times do you have a good meal and you feel so much better?
I must say, like, you could do any class for this one.
Yeah.
Because it would just be fun. But what about a guild artisan, or is that where we would probably go for background?
Yeah,
absolutely.
that seems like a fair thing.
You get a tool set and boom, you're a chef.
Score.
Put on the white lab coat looking thing. Get the hat. You're golden.
Yeah.
You could do the Swedish chef.
Yeah. Or the maybe the chef from I can't really remember the character super well, but Little Mermaid, the sort of French chef character, trying to put Sebastian in the stew pot.
or Ratatouille is another movie full of stuff. There's so much places where you can draw inspiration from.
Sweeney Todd. Yeah. You can do that.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so that was the
Infernal Pack Warlock.
Miss Lovett. Yeah. Mr. Todd.
But yeah, like a lot of the different spellcasters, you really could really flavor their spellcasting components as things that they've prepared.
Yeah.
So that would absolutely work.
I think your boom wizard is not going to go so well with that. But
man, we're cooking with fire. What are you talking about?
Make a map based
or lightning or acid.
Yes, I made a pie that happens to be a fireball.
Whee!
Fireball.
Exploding custard pies.
Yeah. So and that's there's cherries in them that when treated a certain way, they explode like a certain sort of cherry that you get from a certain region or whatever. So basically your spell component pouch is all super exotic herbs, spices, and berries and roots and things like that.
So here's the character path. So help me out here if I'm wrong, or if I'm missing anything. Okay, you have
all of them.
So you have the entertainer,
right.
the sushi or hibachi chef.
Mm-hmm.
You have basically the foodie that is always looking to make new and exotic dishes.
And that's a ranger?
That would be more like the ranger.
Okay.
It could be barbarian or something else as well.
And Bard, absolutely, College of Lore fits as well because they're good. The knowledge skills are totally good.
Like what is it? Guy Ferrari.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, you
It's
could
kind
be
of like
you
the
know,
archetype for that.
and a druid also fine because they didn't know druid craft and all that kind of things. Yeah, so
Yeah, probably Druid of the land more so than the
Moon.
circle
yeah.
of the moon.
yeah.
You could have the character that necessarily isn't necessarily. They probably would have cooking skill, but they're not like a cook per se. More of a food critic. That you're constantly going to new towns and seeking out. And this one could be like I would see this one definitely as like a rogue or a bard.
So the interesting thing about the rogue too, I was thinking about this. Or even a monk. You could do Steven Seagal from the Under Siege movie, who was like the ship's cook. You could basically like ape some of that, and I think monk is the way to go for that one.
But does he have to be a bad actor?
Yes,
Or is that optional?
Yeah, and he gets, and as his career goes on, he gets larger. Like it's kind of a thing too. But
that's just the sample of the good eats.
yeah. So he could just, and also too like a monk sort of monastic tradition. Sort of, like a monastery needs somebody that cooks, so that could be easily worked into the background of that character.
So there's literally, like you said,
you can always tie this in.
You could go any which direction and flavor it, and flavor it. Yeah.
I believe Rhett is working on a chef character. I know he put up in the nag he was looking for suggestions.
Yeah, and he's like looking for cheesy puns.
Yeah, for taglines and stuff like that.
Cheesy puns.
Yeah, with just some Asiago on there. Yeah, it's good, delicious.
Everything tastes better with cheddar.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? How would you build the cook character? I know we didn't do a specific build. We just threw out some ideas, get the conversation rolling down in the comments. While you're at it, like, share, and subscribe.
You can buy some awesome swag over on nerdarchy.com.
So check us out over on Twitter.
So until next time,
Stay nerdy.